Chapter 1 of Eric Brighteyes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Brett Downey. Eric Brighteyes by H. Rider Haggard. Chapter 1. How Asmund the Priest Found Groa the Witch. There lived a man in the south, before Thangbrand, Willibald's son, preached the White Christ in Iceland. He was named Eric Brighteyes, Thorgrimursson, and in those days there was no man like him for strength, beauty, and daring, for in all these things he was the first. But he was not the first in good luck. Two women lived in the south, not far from where the Westman Islands stand above the sea. Gudruda the Fair was the name of the one, and Swanhild, called the Fatherless, Groa's daughter, was the other. They were half-sisters, and there were none like them in those days, for they were the fairest of all women, though they had nothing in common except their blood and hate. Now of Eric Brighteyes, of Gudruda the Fair, and of Swanhild the Fatherless there is a tale to tell. These two fair women saw the light in the selfsame hour, but Eric Brighteyes was their elder by 5 years. The father of Eric was Thorgrimur Irontoe. He had been a mighty man, but in fighting with a Berserk, the Berserks were men on whom a passing fury of battle came. They were usually outlawed. But in fighting with a Berserk who fell upon him as he came up from sowing his wheat, his foot was hewn from him, so that afterwards he went upon a wooden leg shod with iron. Still he slew the Berserk, standing on one leg and leaning against a rock, and for that deed people honoured him much. Thorgrimur was a wealthy yeoman, slow to wrath, just, and rich in friends. Somewhat late in life he took to wife Savuna, Thorod's daughter. She was the best of women, strong in mind and second-sighted, and she could cover herself in her hair. But these two never loved each other overmuch, and they had but one child, Eric, who was born when Savuna was well on in years. The father of Gudruda was Asmund Asmundsson, the priest of Middleof. He was the wisest and wealthiest of all men who lived in the south of Iceland in those days, owning many farms and also 2 ships of merchandise and 1 long ship of war, and having much money out at interest. He had won his wealth by viking's work, robbing the English coasts, and black tales were told of his doings in his youth on the sea, for he was a red-hand viking. Asmund was a handsome man, with blue eyes and a large beard, and, moreover, was very skilled in matters of law. He loved money much, and was feared of all.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?